Why is it that you don't remember?
Because I was blacked out drunk. What was the shape they were in when you found them? Passed away. So from Chicago, I drove through Illinois, Chicago. They were the top states, you know, that goes from Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota. I tried to kill myself, but it didn't work.
In June 2019, a quiet community in Arkansas became the somber backdrop for a devastating crime that seized national attention. Today, we're diving into the tragic story of 20-year-old mother Alyssa Cannon, her 4-year-old son Braden, and the ultimate manhunt and investigation of Jory Worthen. Picture a summer evening in the small town of Camden, Arkansas. Family and friends of Alyssa Cannon are gathered, enjoying a barbecue, sipping on beer, and sharing laughter. This was the scene on June 22, 2019 in the backyard of Alyssa's mother Alyssa Cannon's home. Joining Alyssa with her family were her 4-year-old son Braden Ponder and her 24-year-old boyfriend Jory Worthen. As the night wound down, Alyssa made plans for Braden to spend the next day with her mom as she and Jory were planning to go out. Her mom agreed, and the three of them left together to return home. The following morning, while waiting for Braden and Alyssa to arrive, Alyssa Cannon received a text message from Alyssa saying there was a change of plans and that she, Braden, and Jory would instead be making a trip to Texarkana, Arkansas, along with Jory's father and staying overnight. But then, on June 25th, 2 days after the barbecue, and still no sign of the three, Alyssa Cannon's worry turned into a deeper fear, leading her to file missing person reports for Braden and Alyssa at the Camden Police Department.
All units, be on the lookout. Alyssa Cannon and her 4-year-old son, last known to be with a Jory Worthen.
Within minutes, officers were dispatched to Alyssa's home. Upon arrival, they found the house locked and no sign of Alyssa's vehicle. But after peering through a partially opened window, as shown in this body cam footage, they were about to make a grim discovery.
I just saw her. Looked like she was laying face down.
Inside were the lifeless bodies of both Alyssa and Braden. With the shock and horror weighing heavily on the small town, the hunt for the perpetrator was in motion, and there couldn't have been a more obvious person of interest. Alyssa's boyfriend, Jory, was nowhere to be found. You see, Alyssa and Jory's tumultuous relationship was well documented, and although the couple still shared a home, Alyssa had obtained an order of protection against Jory that was still active on the day of the murders, describing patterns of fear and control.
It's been almost a year since I've been dating Jory. He became more controlling and possessive. I couldn't listen to certain songs or watch shows with sex scenes or men. At my work, there were nurses witnessing him hit me and pull my hair. He drove the long way to Walmart, threatening to kill me by driving me down a dirt road and slicing my throat and killing himself.
The case against Worthen as the primary suspect strengthened significantly when investigators discovered a note inside the home, which appeared to be a clear confession. Reading.
I'm sorry, I should have stopped drinking, and Alyssa was trying to kick me out because of Sydney. I lost it and just finished it with instant regret. I have to die and be with them. I can't stay here. My dad can have all of my things if he wants them. I should have got help a long time ago. If I can't have them and be with them, nobody can. I wish I could go back.
As the tragic story began to spread, the nation watched anxiously as the search for Jory unfolded, with multiple law enforcement agencies working around the clock piecing together tips and alleged sightings that spanned from the east to the west coasts. Unfortunately, all of those were dead ends. But there was one thing they did know for sure. Jory was believed to have taken and still driving Alyssa's 2007 white Honda Accord, and every agency across the country was on the lookout for it. Eventually, it would be discovered abandoned 2,000 miles away in a Burger King parking lot in Seattle, Washington. By then, more than a month had passed with no new signs of Jory's whereabouts, and the trail was growing cold. Until the United States Marshals Service intervened and added him to the nation's top 15 most wanted list, a move that would increase national exposure as well as hopes for an imminent capture. But then, a month went by, then 2, then 3. Then 16 months would pass before Jory's time on the run came to an end in Burbank, California, where he was finally apprehended after authorities received information that he had been living in hotels for about 5 months under a stolen identity. Jory John Worthen was then transported from Los Angeles County, California, back to Ouachita County, Arkansas, where Camden police detectives were eagerly awaiting his arrival with a few questions regarding the murders. I gotta tell you guys, this one is, I'll let you see for yourself. Let's get to it.
This is Crime Nexus.
You understand, if you cannot afford to hire an attorney, one will be appointed by the court for you prior to any questions at no cost to you.
Yes.
So, Mr. Worthen, the question is, do you agree to speak to Lieutenant Moore about the reason that you're here today?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm going to leave it up to her, okay?
You can take your mouth.
Well, he said, if you feel comfortable with it on, however,
You know, I'm saying, because I have a cough, I didn't know.
Okay. Jory, as I introduced myself before, I'm Lieutenant Moore in the Criminal Investigations Division. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Okay? I'll go ahead and have a drink.
First of all, Mr. Worthen, you do know why you're here, correct?
Yes.
Will you explain why you're here to me?
I don't remember anything. That's the thing about it.
But do you understand that you're here on 2 murder charges?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to ask you some questions about what happened about a year and 3 or 4 months ago, back in June of last year. Okay?
Yes.
All right.
Back in June last year.
But I'm saying I don't remember anything. But I'm saying should I be talking about this without an attorney or no?
That's up to you. That's a question you have to answer.
I don't know.
Why is it that you don't remember?
Because I was blacked out drunk. I don't remember any of it.
So tell us more about that. Like, what happened before you got drunk?
Nothing. We were over at her family's house hanging out and drinking with her family all day and most of half the night or whatever.
And then what's the next thing that you do remember?
I guess vaguely remember leaving their house. That's really it.
So where were they at when you left the house?
No, I'm saying we all left their house together. Her family's house. We all left from there. And I don't really remember anything after that. I just remember waking up and finding them and leaving. Really?
Well, how did you find them? What was the shape they were in when you found them?
Passed away.
They were passed away. Where were they at? Where were they at?
It should have been, and I just freaked out and left. Basically, well, I mean, I tried to kill myself, but it didn't work, so I just left.
How did you try to kill yourself?
I tried to split my wrist open. It didn't work.
Oh, you got them tattooed over?
No, I was tattooed.
Where did you try to do that at?
In the bedroom.
So why?
Like I said, I don't remember any of it.
So when
I don't
you
remember doing any of it. I don't remember.
So after that, what happened when you freaked out and left? Where did you go?
Where did I go after I left the house? I went to Seattle.
Okay. But why did you freak out at
Vaguely, I made my way up to Seattle over a few days.
Okay, but back at the house when you woke up and you saw that, what did you do at that time?
I was freaked out. I didn't know what to do with the thing. I didn't
think I did it at first. I don't know. I still don't know what to believe, but I don't know. Because I don't remember it at all. At all.
But you did see them there, right?
Yeah.
Did you see anybody else at the house? Just you?
But I just freaked out. Yeah.
So the reason that you've been running is because you thought that you had done it, correct?
Yeah.
So all this time was you trying to avoid us.
Either thought that I had done it or I would get blamed for it either way.
But either way.
Yeah.
Well, why is that, though? Why? Why did you think that we would blame you for it? We would get blamed for it?
Like I said, I don't remember what happened. So, I mean, my first instinct was to just leave. I was freaking out. I tried to kill myself. Like I said, that didn't work. I even tried to kill myself again to Seattle. That didn't work either.
So tell us about you. What did you do before you left the house?
Besides trying to kill yourself, what else did you do before you left the house? When you saw him, what's your first memory of that?
Took some pills. When I saw him, I started crying, freaking out.
Did you move one of them?
After I really come down.
You don't remember moving one of them to another room?
Moving anybody. Like I said, the only thing I remember is we left her parents. We came. It's like I vaguely remember leaving her parents. Like we're going back home. And the next thing I remember, like I said, is waking up and that was what it was like that. And like I said, I was crying in disbelief. I tried swallowing a bunch of Benadryl pills, all kinds of stuff like that. Tried cutting myself.
Where were they at when you saw them? What room were they in?
In the bedroom.
Which bedroom?
The second bedroom.
Braden's bedroom?
Yes.
Both of them were in there? Do you remember who was on the floor, who was in the bed? You don't remember if both of them were on the floor or vice versa?
I think one was on the floor, one was on the bed.
You don't remember
When I found them, yeah.
who do you remember who was on the bed?
I think Braden was on the bed.
So you keep saying that you found them.
I mean, that's what it was like. Cause I woke up like coming out of being blacked out, waking up from sleep, and I found them like that, you know. Like it was what it was like to me finding them. I just found them like that.
When you say it like that, refer to it. Refer to like that. Dead?
Yeah.
How long have you and Alyssa been together?
Like 2.5 years. 3 years. 2.5 years, something like that. I think.
2.5?
2.5 years.
Ever proposed to her?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, she said yes, right? Okay.
I was starting to have a lot of problems with drinking anyway before that. Like, not like being physically abusive towards anybody, nothing like that. Just, I was starting to like get out of control with my drinking. Like, just like all I wanted to do was drink. I didn't want to hang out with anybody anymore. I didn't want to give time to her anymore. And every time I would get drunk, I'd be an asshole to everybody, really.
Were you doing anything else besides drinking?
No, I've never done anything besides drinking.
So why did you become that way? Like, were you guys having problems within your relationship?
I've struggled with drinking for a few years, on and off. Like, it'll get really bad for a while. And maybe I'll lighten up for a little while, but it's nothing with anybody else. It's just my own personal problems. I have a lot of problems mentally. It's just drinking is what I choose to cope with.
The night that y'all were at her family's house, how much did you have to drink?
A lot. Because we were there from the afternoon to like almost midnight or something like that. Really, we were there for a long time, I know that.
Was anybody else with y'all?
Was there at her family's house?
Yeah.
Yeah, her whole family.
Any of your friends or Alyssa's friends?
Yeah, her friends were there. Her brothers were there, her mom and dad. We were all having a good time. Nothing was wrong. That's why I don't understand what happened.
So once y'all left her mom's house and got home?
Anything from that point. Like, I've been trying to remember for the past year, however long I've been gone. I can't remember anything. It's like a complete blank space in my mind. Ever since I left, I've been trying to remember it. I wish I could, so I could have like a reason or something. Closure, I guess.
Okay. You need me to adjust that?
Yes, you will.
Sometimes it gets a little hard. That's a little better?
It's probably twisted on there a little bit.
Matter of fact, I'm going to take it off. Yeah, let me just take this one off.
So, Mr. Worthen, we're going to go kind of back over. So you were saying that you were at whose family's party that night?
I was at Alyssa's.
Okay, you was at
Mom and Dad's house.
Okay, so y'all like barbecuing and all that?
Yeah, we were there all day, most of the day.
Okay. So when y'all get in the car and drive back over to her house, who's in the car with y'all?
As far as I remember, it's just us because we're going back home.
I mean, who is us?
It's just me, Alyssa, and Braden.
Okay. And y'all go back to the house there. So tell me what's the last thing that you remember at the house?
I just remember leaving there, her mom's and them's house.
Who was driving?
And then, with me, she was driving.
Okay.
Because we had both been drinking, but I had been drinking a hell of a lot more, so she drove. I guess pulled up. That's really about it.
Okay. So when you wake up, you say that you see them in Braden's room the next day. What did you see was wrong with them? What did you see?
I already told her.
Yeah, you already told me.
The injuries?
Not the injuries.
What did you see? What was wrong with them? What injuries did you see on them?
I already told you.
No, well, I'm just kind of just going back over it. So you see them, and you told her, and then you freak out or anything. Did you think about calling law enforcement or anything?
Yeah.
How come you didn't
I
call
thought
it?
about it, but I don't know.
Did you ever, once you, day or so afterwards, did you ever think about calling and saying?
Once I was gone already, I was just thinking about going.
So
Like I said, when I got to Seattle, I tried to hang myself in Seattle in the woods with the rope broke.
So how was you making it all this time?
I was homeless for a long time.
Where were you homeless at?
In Seattle, San Francisco, and Los Angeles.
What do you mean by homeless? Like,
Pretty much homeless.
you're sleeping on the streets and stuff? So to get the money for these hotel rooms and stuff that you were staying at, how did you get that money?
Panhandling and stuff.
Stuff like that. So once you left Seattle, you just came down the West Coast?
Yeah.
Hitching rides?
Yeah.
Begging?
Basically the rideshare thing on Craigslist.
Oh, so you get on Craigslist and get the ride share and they just let you ride for free?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Some people are cool.
And it was like the same about
Some people were cool. I mean, not all of them let me ride for free. Like I said, I panhandled some money, but I didn't give them. I'd have to give them a whole lot, you know, because they were already heading in that direction anyway. So I didn't want a whole lot of money. But a couple of them, yeah, let me ride for free, just because they were heading in that direction.
But did you go anywhere other than Seattle? Did you go further north? You just started coming down the West Coast for a year and 4 months?
Yeah, I didn't go anywhere north once.
Oh, I'm just curious, because, I mean, you just came, all that year and a half you spent...
Here to Chicago. Stay in Chicago for a few days. After Chicago, I think I started driving towards Seattle. Finally made it to Seattle. And I made my way from Seattle all the way down to Los Angeles. Yeah.
And we found the car in Seattle. Did you just leave it there, or what happened there?
Yeah, I just left it there.
How come you just left it there?
I didn't have any more gas. There was no gas in it. Didn't really have enough money to keep putting gas in it. And I know I couldn't just park it somewhere and sleep in it. It's going to get towed anyway, so it's like...
Just left it there. Do you remember where you left it at?
At the gas station, I think.
So from Chicago, you started down the West Coast, so where all did you...
So from Chicago, I drove through Illinois, Chicago, I think Wisconsin. Whatever the top states are, you know, that goes from Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Idaho.
Yeah, I'm not real familiar.
Washington, me neither. I did it without using the GPS or anything. I was just following the road sign. But I don't know, whatever the top states are, I just kept going until I hit Seattle.
How long did you stay in Seattle?
Like, what, month and a half.
And then where'd you go from there?
From Seattle, I went to, I think, San Francisco. I think.
You stop in any towns in between there, or have to stay on?
Portland. I think I stopped in Portland.
How long did you stay there?
Like a week. that. Like, I don't really remember, because those towns, I was in Los Angeles most of the time.
How long?
The majority of the time, because I didn't stay anywhere else very long at all. Seattle, I stayed a month, but everywhere else was probably a week at the most, or less than a week.
Even in San Francisco?
Yeah, I think I was in San Francisco for like a week. It's that.
So you was in Los Angeles probably for a year?
Yeah, close. Yes.
And the only thing that you was doing was panhandling? You never got a job or anything?
Not really. I mean, I got a little job here and there, but like, nothing serious. I can't find a job. It's hard to get a job without ID. They only give those type of jobs with Mexicans out there. Everybody else asks for ID and stuff like that.
Where'd you get all them IDs from that you had?
Bought them from the Mexicans down there. They sell them out downtown.
In Los Angeles?
They sell them downtown. I make them for you. For like $100, a couple hundred, something like that.
So where were you getting that couple $100 from?
Just working hard stuff. You can go on Craigslist and find, find jobs.
Does anybody ever question you about you being on the TV or anything? You was on national TV in pursuit of John Moss. He was all over the TV.
I'm proud of that.
But I'm just saying, but no one ever came up to you and asked you or anything when you worked?
I don't even know what that is. Pursuit of John Moss.
Really never?
It's a TV show that are looking for wanted people.
I've never heard of that show.
It's like on the ID Discovery or something.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that channel, though. I was on the TV, though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, nobody came up to me, nobody recognized me or nothing.
Man, it looked like you put on some weight.
Yeah, I put on a little weight.
It's the last time we
But
saw
I mean,
you.
I don't look any different, I'm sure.
Well, I don't know, why'd you get this all done over?
I just got it to cover up tattoos. Been meaning to do it even before all this.
But you didn't do it because you think somebody would recognize the tattoos on you?
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. Because no one just puts a bunch of black things on their arms.
But no, I didn't know it was on TV. It is strange, but I was wondering when that was going to happen on.
Hold up. Sorry guys, but is this blushing about being on TV for brutally killing his girlfriend and her 4-year-old son? Jesus Christ, Jory.
Did you talk to any of your family? Did you talk to your mom, brother, sister, or anybody?
I wanted to, but I figured they probably didn't want to talk to me. I didn't even try to reach out to them. I figured, like, they probably didn't want to hear from me. So, I mean, yeah, that's why I never tried.
So you didn't get any of them IDs till you got to Los Angeles?
No, I didn't get them.
Did you ever get pulled over by the law?
I got stopped by the law a couple of times.
Where at?
Actually, when I first got to Los Angeles,
But you used one of the fake IDs then?
no, I never got pulled. I never was driving in Los Angeles. I got stopped by LAPD while I was walking one time. I guess I'd been in Los Angeles for a couple of months. They stopped me, put me in handcuffs. And I was asking what I do, and they were like, well, you match the description of somebody who was stealing over here. And I was like, what's the description? Because I wasn't stealing anything. And they were like, all gray. Person was white, was skinny and wearing all gray. And I had on like gray shorts and a gray Ghostbusters shirt. And then they like let me go. They went to their car.
What name
got
did
on
you
the
give them?
phone or whatever. Came back and was like, oh, well, wrong description or something like that. I don't know.
Did you give them one of those IDs though?
No, I didn't have IDs on. But they just let me go after that.
You gave them a name though, didn't you?
Yeah.
What name did you give them?
I don't know. I don't remember. Just some random name.
That was the only time you ran into law enforcement since you left? You run in law enforcement in Seattle?
one time they told me I couldn't sit on the sidewalk. I've never ran law enforcement like that.
So you couldn't sit on the sidewalk?
Yeah, I'll sit on the sidewalk. And they told me I couldn't sit on the sidewalk. Just cops on bikes or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah, you're not allowed to like sit on it. I don't know.
Was it like out on the street or where?
No, it's just a sidewalk. Like,
I mean, like out on the city, though, sidewalk. It wasn't in like a mall or a school or something like that.
It was on the, yeah, it was out in the city, like on the sidewalk.
I'll make that phone call so that you can finish up your time. Thank you, Mr. Worthen.
Yes, sir.
They know the sidewalk and the cops are like that in LA, huh? I said the cops were like that?
In Seattle and LA, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's weird out there. I don't really like it out there.
You said that you wondered when that was gonna happen, because you didn't know that you were on TV.
Yeah, I figured it would have happened soon. I meant like wanted posters, stuff like that, you know.
Did you ever check, Facebook or Google, or you was on Craigslist or Bob?
Honestly, I didn't want to check.
Nothing ever came across.
I never went intentionally looking for it,
Okay. Yeah, it's a show that's called In Pursuit with John Walsh, and we did a segment. Well, we did a program.
It was like a 30-minute episode or hour.
Yeah. That's right. What's the new tattoo? Lost.
Oh, I just got it.
When did you get it?
Like 6 months ago.
That in the half moon too? In the black?
I got all of it like one time.
How far does that go?
Way up my arm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was gonna ask, is the court tomorrow, is it gonna be private or open court?
Well, you'll have first appearance. You mean, will anybody else be in there? As far as like your dad or your mom or anybody like that?
Well, I mean, will anybody be in there?
It's open to the public. It is open to the public, but we, tomorrow is, we're under COVID restrictions, so they're only allowing a certain amount of people in court and everything like that, so. You want me to call your dad?
I don't know. I doubt he wants to hear from me. Are they doing all right though?
Yeah. Why you asking about court? Are you Alyssa's family worried about seeing him?
I guess, yeah.
It's it had been all this time, and like I said, it is open to the public, but we're going to make sure that, I don't know for sure who's going to be there, but it'll be quick. Okay. Do you have anything else you want to tell me, Tori? It's 16 months.
I don't know. I got a couple questions though. Like, when I go to the county, am I going to be in my own cell? Like, could I be?
Yes.
Like, my own cell by myself, right?
Right.
Okay. Like, the officer's not going to mess with me, right?
The
officers.
Why you asked that? Did something happen?
No,
okay.
Nothing happened. I was just saying, I was asking they're not, like, to make sure they're not going to.
Okay. Once you get over to the county, after after first appearance, you'll be transferred to that facility. But the sheriff to the jail. And so the sheriff already knows, and he's making arrangements and everything like that.
Okay, so sometime this evening I'll go to county, and I'll go to first appearance, and I'll be over there permanently until further notice. Okay.
Before we do, in the interview, I have something else that I need to do. Well, first of all, is there anything else that you need to tell me? Anything that you may want to get off the conversation?
About
Where you bleeding from?
yeah. I don't know if these are infected or not.
Did you get them checked out?
Got checked out at the hospital when the U.S. Marshals took me there.
Well, Mr. Worthen, when we get back in the room, we'll answer your questions about the first appearance stuff and stuff like that at the county and stuff. We just need to talk about that particular day in here. So we want to answer your questions, but we want to make sure that we've covered everything on the day of questioning, and then we'll answer all your questions about the court appearance and who can be there and stuff like that, okay?
Okay. So, no, I don't have anything else to say about that day. Or even,
Sure, if there's nothing you want to get off of your chest about it?
about that day?
About that night?
It would just make you feel better, just get it past you about what happened.
I said I don't remember doing anything. I wouldn't be lying.
Facing undeniable evidence, Jory Worthen ultimately pled guilty to the murders of Alyssa and Braden. But before his sentencing, Jory sat down with Fox 16 News and Alyssa's mother, Alyssa Cannon, for a filmed meeting, where she would display an incredible act of strength by offering him her forgiveness.
June 25th, 2019 was the day my life changed forever. I have a hard time even putting it into words. And not a day goes by that I don't think about Alyssa and Braden and strength I needed to say that I forgive you.
And I know it's caused so much pain, suffering, mentally, emotionally.
If you can answer me, but do you know why? What happened?
I'm so sorry.
I accept your apology. I do. Thank you for doing this for me.
After that, Jory would sit with reporter Kevin Kelly to offer more insight into his state of mind that fateful night.
What happened? Worthen claims he doesn't remember because he blacked out. But you wake up and you find Alyssa and Braden dead?
Yes. I found the bodies. I woke up, I was looking for them. I called for Alyssa, and I went around the house and looked for them. And I found the bodies.
What'd you do at that point?
I freaked out. I mean, I didn't know what to do. There was so many things going through my head. I just didn't know what to do.
Did you know at that point that you did it?
I had to. I mean, I don't see that if anybody else could have done it.
So what'd you do next?
I tried to slip my wrist. My uncle contacted the marshals about me messaging him on Facebook, and the marshals tracked the phone I had. It was kind of like, well, I don't have to run anymore. I don't have to look over my shoulder anymore and feel like I'm running for my life.
Finally, in May 2021, Jory Worthen was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The guilty plea not only spared his own life from a likely death penalty, but also averted a drawn-out trial, offering a measure of relief to the grieving family and community. The most important people in this story will always be Alyssa and Braden. Alyssa's kindness and Braden's infectious laughter will forever be remembered. Their lives, though tragically cut short, continue to inspire love and remembrance among their family and friends. Rest in peace. Alright guys, that's it for this one. I know I took a bit of a break, but I have some more very good stories in the works. Until then, stay safe and stay curious.